This episode of Against the Odds is brought to you by Card Kingdom. To pick up the deck and support the show, follow the link in the description box down below. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So last week, leading up to Ravnica Allegiance, which is coming out super shortly. I think today, actually, by the time this video goes live, it's up on Magic Arena, Magic Online, but while we wait for a bunch of sweet new cards, we are going back to one of our favorite themes, and we had an all-Planeswalker Tribal Against Odds poll, and in the end, it was Nissa coming out on top. So today, we are heading to Modern to play Nissa Tribal, Nissa Turns Tribal, a deck with a ton of Nissas and some super sweet tricks. So a quick reminder before we break down Nissa Tribal for Modern. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Against Odds in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk some Nissas, starting with our Nissas themselves. So we have, I believe, 13 Nissa cards in our deck, 5 different versions of Nissa. We start off with 2 3-mana Nissas that are really kind of our filler Nissas. They're fine in our deck, but they're not what our deck is really built around. I mean, in a sense, we're built around Nissas in general, but these aren't the most important to the theme of our deck. So we have Nissa Vizier, the flip Nissa. It's fine, it's a Wood Elves. It comes down, it gets us a land. Make sure we hit our land drops to get up to our bigger Nissas. In the late game, it can flip around into a Planeswalker. And then Nissa Voice of Zendikar comes down early in the game, just makes a bunch of chump blocking plant tokens, which can be really relevant against like Death Shadows and Gurmag Anglers, just to have that chump blocker every turn, and then does eventually threaten the ultimate. We can also put counters on things, although we're mostly making plans with Nissa Voice of Zendikar and pushing towards the ultimate. So these are kind of our less important Nissas. The Nissas that are really important to our deck are Nissa Steward of Elements, Nissa Vital Force, and Nissa Worldwaker. So when we build a Planeswalker Tribal deck, the trick to Planeswalker Tribal is figuring out what a specific Planeswalker, in this case Nissa, does that nothing else really does. And the theme of Nissas, which is a little bit looser than some Planeswalkers we've seen, like Gideons refer to other Gideons, but the theme is kind of twofold. Number one, Nissas are really good at untapping lands. Nissa's Worldwaker can untap 4 forests. Nissa Vital Force can untap a land with its +1. In theory, they're also really good at beating down, like 4/4 elementals from Nissa Worldwaker, Nissa Vital Force making 5/5s. Nissa Steward of Elements, on the other hand, allows us to manipulate the top of our deck and maybe even ramp into our big Nissas. We don't have too many creatures, but we can zero to put lands into play to get up to Vital Force Worldwaker, but it's mostly to manipulate the top of our deck and provide a really sweet finisher, because if we get up to 8 mana, we can cast Nissa Steward of Elements with enough loyalty that we can -6 right away and just smash our opponent for 10 in the air like a crazy fireball effect to our opponent's face. So how do we morph this top deck manipulation plus land tapping into an actual deck and a theme? And here is where the deck gets pretty fun. So we are kind of a extra turn deck, because extra turn spells, Savor the Moment and Temporal Mastery, really take advantage of what most Nissas are trying to do. So Savor the Moment, the cheapest extra turn spell in the Modern format, but it comes with a big downside. After we resolve it, we have to skip our next untap step. So we get extra turn, but the extra turn isn't all that beneficial because all of our stuff is tapped. However, our Nissas solve that problem in 2 different ways. First off, if we have a bunch of Planeswalkers on the battlefield, we don't really care about untapping because we can activate all our Planeswalkers anyway, so we're still getting a bunch of Planeswalker activations out of the deal. More importantly, Nissa Worldwaker and Nissa Vital Force allow us to untap our lands, so we can savor the moment, use our Nissas to untap our lands, and still be playing and just have essentially a 3-mana extra turn spell. Temporal Mastery, on the other hand, works really well with Nissa Steward of Elements because we can set up the top of our deck for the Miracle, and when it's 2 mana, it's really, really powerful. Plus, the land untapping allows us to accelerate into it if we need to cast it naturally. We can untap 4 forests, or rather tap 4 forests, and then untap 4 forests, tap them all again. That gets us more than enough mana to just hard cast our Temporal Mastery. So that's basically the plan of the deck. Play some Nissas really quickly, take some extra turns to take advantage of Nissa's abilities and to get more activations, and hopefully beat our opponent down with 5/5 and 4/4 lands that we have animated with our Nissas. Otherwise, we have some fast mana. Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl, Birds of Paradise. These cards do two really important things. First off, we have a bunch of 3-mana Nissas. Steward of Element, Voice of Zendikar, the Flip Nissa. They're all 3 mana, and being able to play those cards on turn 2 is one of the best things our deck can do. We start scrying, we start making plant tokens, start generating value, and any of our 1-mana accelerants allow us to do that. Also, the combination of like Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl allows us to ramp into our 5-mana Nissas quickly, ramp into our extra turn spells if we have to hard cast them, so really key to our deck being successful. Otherwise, Serum Visions just sets things up in the early game, and then Assassin's Trophy, we're essentially splashing for it. It's the only black card in our main deck, but we need some removal, and having a catch-all removal spell that can get rid of Planeswalkers, artifacts, enchantments, creatures, really nice in our deck, and it's pretty easy to splash a color in the modern format with fetches and shock lands. Speaking of the mana base, we have 1 Field of Ruin, just as kind of a hedge, a bunch of fetch lands, some shock lands, some basic lands. In the sideboard, Damping Sphere to shut down Tron, also to help against Storm-style decks, KCI-style decks. Engineered Explosives, Collective Brutality give us some high upside removal. Brutality can also be a duress against control. Then we have a bunch of hate stuff. Surgical Extraction for graveyards and combos. Relic just for graveyard hate. Scavenging Ooze kind of walks the line between another graveyard hate spell and a hoser against aggro by gaining us a bit of life. And then Thragtusk, mostly for grindy matchups, also just to gain life against burn. We have enough ramp that we can potentially just be Thragtusking maybe on turn 3, and that's a big bunch of life against a deck like burn. And that is Nissa turns Tribal for Modern, and that's our Against the Odds deck for this week. So I'm excited for this one. Not only do we get to play a bunch of Nissas, we get to play Savor the Moment, which is a really unique card and a really powerful card if you could find a way to minimize the drawback of not untapping. So I'm hoping we do some really spectacular things with the Nissas. Tons of activations, ton of extra turns, almost like combo S type wins. So anyway, let's get to the gameplay, see how it actually works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap up. All right, Against the Odds time. We are playing, oh my god, we are playing some Nissa turns, Nissa Tribal, extra turns in, oh my god, where's our Nissas? Where's our Nissas? All right, we got to keep this. So many Temporal Masteries, so few Nissas, but we do have some ramp, which is fine. We can scry for a Nissa. Well, we don't want Watery Grave. All right. Now, what's our plan? Let's Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Take a Forest and Utopia Sprawl on blue. Pass the turn. See what our opponent's up to. Opponent. Bloodstained Mire. Cracks it. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. And, oh boy, Swift Spear. Alright. Opponent gets in. Down 18. Assassin's Trophy. Well, let's just Serum Visions. Utopia Sprawl. Bottom. Savor the Moment. Also bottom. Play Arbor Elf. Play Breeding Pool. Our extra turn spells aren't nearly as good without a Nissa on the battlefield. Opponent. Mountain. And Eidolon. Alright. Opponent. Getting in. 4-1. Well, I'll take it. Come on, Nissa. Catacombs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't Temporal Mastery yet. Let's just Field of Ruin. Get rid of Sacred Foundry. Grab a Swamp. We have like 13 Nissas in our deck. We have a ton of Nissas. But we do need to find one. Pass the turn. Arid Mesa. Opponent cracks it. Sacred Foundry. Untap down to 14. Boros Charm. Yep. Down to 13. Lava Spike. Down to 10. Opponent. Attacks. Alright, we're down to 5. Untap. Oh boy. We're so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more mana. So if we draw land, we get the Nissa kill? Alright, so play Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Down to 4. Grab a forest. Tap, untap. 7 mana, Temporal Mastery. Land. We need a land. We need a land. It's a forest! Oh my goodness, Nissa coming through. Oh, we got there. Play the forest. Tap. Oh my goodness, untap. Whew! Sometimes it only takes one Nissa. And this is just going to 10 our opponent. Wow. Wow! Racing Bird. The power of Nissa and our opponent damaging themselves. So Nissa, X6. Untap 2 lands. 10 flying power. Opponents at 10, and that's Xaxes. Whoo! Wow! Racing Burn! Nissa coming through. Well, the good news is we have a lot of cards for Bird. A decent number at least. We get 2 Scavenging Oozes, a Thrag Tusk, and 3 Collective Brutalities. We can go down Assassin's Trophies, I think. Go down Nexus of Fate. And go down probably 1 big Nissa. Oh, we need the Thrag Tusk as well. Oh, we have 61 cards in our main deck. Oh, oops. All right. Well, we'll fix that between rounds. Go down Nissa Vital Force. We were supposed to not have this Nexus of Fate. Originally, all right, short story time. Originally, the deck did not have this Birds of Paradise, and it had a Nexus of Fate. And then right before I started to record, I was like, I don't know if I really want to play Nexus of Fate. I kind of want to make sure we can play 3-mana Nissas on turn 2. So I went up the Birds and thought I went down Nexus of Fate, but apparently I did not. So we're playing with with an extra card. But that's okay. That's okay. 61 worked that time. We found our Nissa. All right. Well, we have cheap Nissas. We don't have any 1-mana ramp. Bloodstained Mire. We have a Saver at the moment, too. Opponent cracks. So 1-mana ramp spells are best draw. Sacred Foundry, untapped. And Goblin Guide. All right, 1-mana ramp spell on top. You can do it, deck. Goblin Guide gets it. And it's a land in a land. Awkward. Well, Misty Rainforest, pass the turn. Discard a forest. Bloodstained Maya. Opponent cracks it. Mountain. And there's the Eidolon. This is a fast start. Goblin Guide. Gonna need to find some life gain. We really want Collective Brutality. That's our best draw. Collective Brutality, get rid of Eidolon, Duress, gain life. That would be a big swing. Opponent gets it. Goblin Guide. Well, we don't want Temporal Mastery with 1 land. Next turn it would have been sweet, but this turn, not so much. Overgrown Tune tapped. Down to 15. Opponent passes. Another Steward of Elements. Well, we'll see. This might just be too slow. Opponent untaps. Land. Swift Spear. Oh boy. Oh boy, we are getting burned. Okay. Yeah, sure. You can see why we added the Birds of Paradise. 1-mana Mana Dork. Super important. Opponent gets in for 5. Top card, Arbor Elf. Ugh. Oh. I think we're dead. Yeah, play a forest. Play Nissa. Take 2. We found our Mana Dork a bit late. Take up Nissa. Pass the turn. Here comes Rift Bolt. Opponent cracks. Getting tricky in response with Searing Blaze. And alright, we are officially dead. Well, that was a bit slower than we would have liked. Really want that Mana Dork. Really want it. Run it back. I think this is a fine setup. We really want an Arbor Elf, Birds of Paradise, Utopia Sprawl on 1. Because we have so many good 3s with these Nissas. That's about the best thing our deck can do, is like turn 1, Mana Dork, turn 2, Nissa, maybe set up extra turn for turn 3. That's when our deck's at its best. Alright, we are on the play. This hand's, it's too slow. Too slow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The old Field of Ruin, Watery Grave. I think we have 2 lands that don't tap for green. No, we got an island. We have like 4. Still a bit unfortunate. I think we have to keep this, but I'm not happy about it. Yeah, we'll keep. Serum Visions. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Watery Grave, untapped. Serum Visions, draw Serum Visions. Bottom and bottom. Ugh. That's awkward. Pass the turn. Opponent. Copperline Gorge. And Rift Bolt suspended. Alright, we untap. Wow, are we unlucky. Seriously, Magic Gods. Second time with the Temporal Mastery on turn 2. Serum Visions. Well, bottom, top. Play Verdant Catacombs. Pass the turn. Rift Bolt. Coming down. Yep. Down to 15. Opponent. Wooded Foothills. And passes. Yup. Well, crack Verdant Catacombs. Down to 14. Take a forest. Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin, Copperline Gorge. Opponent gonna float some mana. Well, grab a forest. Pass. Tarka's Command, down to 11. Well, let's Utopia Sprawl. Opponent, in the tank. On blue. Pass the turn, see if we live. Opponent, untaps. Our main hope is that we land Thragtusk, and then maybe that gets us somewhere. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills. Stomping Grounds, untapped. Wild Nicottle. And Rift Bolt. Alright, come on, land. Land would be great. That's a land. Alright. Well, Misty, crack it. Grab a forest. And get down Thragtusk. Up to 15. That buys us a bit of time at least. Opponent. Rift Bolt. Coming down. Hits Thragtusk. We get a token. Opponent. Eidolon. A big Nissa would be pretty sweet here. Opponent. Passing. Alright. Opponent passes. That is a big Nissa. Well, plain Nissa. And I think we just get back Thragtusk. Pass the turn. Thragtusk number 2 seems good. Opponent. The second Thragtusk is not what Burn wants to see. Not even a little. Whoa! It's good enough. They scoop it up. All right, we're going to fix our deck real quick before the next round. So, I don't know what exactly happened to keep the Nexus of Fate. You can see the birds pulled up here. So, Nexus of Fate out, but that was good. That was good for Nissa turns, and our Nissas were great. Steward Development stole a game. Vital Force getting back Thragdaddy. Also good. All right, sweet. All right, against the odds time, we are playing some Nissa extra turn tribal. And this hand's awkward-ish, but, I mean, we got a Nissa. We got to savor the moment. We'll keep. We don't have any of our ramp, but let's just Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. Wooded Foothills for our opponent. And passes. Misty Rainforest, Goo. Opponent cracks. Temple Garden, untapped. Forest. And there's Devoted Druid. Well, crack this. Get a Watery Grave. Opponent passing. And play a forest. Pass the turn. Really want to get down a Nissa before we start taking turns. Windswept Heath. Yeah, there's a combo. Well, let's Assassin's Trophy. Okay. Huh? Wait. Okay. That was weird. Cracks Windswept Heath. Plains. Gets another Devoted Druid. Well, I guess we gotta draw another removal spell. Not super likely, but okay. That's Assassin's Trophy. Well, we get to keep playing. Assassin's Trophy, Devoted Druid. I mean, we've dodged the bullet twice. Twice the bullet has been dodged. Hopefully they don't draw another one, because we're running out of Assassin's Trophies. Opponent. We've also ramped our opponent. They're going to Emrakul us here in a minute. Salva Spirit. Whew. Thankfully, after Assassin's Trophies. Knight of the Reliquary. Well, opponent's going big. Opponent. Getting in for 2. Down to 17. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Another 5-mana Nissa that we can't cast. We might be losing to the beatdowns. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Yep. Down to 13. And Scavenging Ooze. Ugh. So awkward mana-wise. Well, play Nissa. Take it up. I mean, it's a chump blocker, sort of, but it does die pretty much immediately. Opponent. Sacks a land. Gets a fetch land. Sacks the fetch land. Gets a forest. Oh god, Collected Company. Knight of the Reliquary. Birds of Paradise, and we will scoop it up. Okay, that was a little clunky draw-wise, I will say. Against this deck, good golly, what do we even want? Huh, that was awkward. Let's bring in 2 Engineered Explosives as additional removal. Go down 1 Serum Visions, and I guess the Birds of Paradise. Run it like that. Alright, we're on the play. Alright, I guess we'll keep it. We have Utopia Sprawl, so we do have a Ram spell. No 3-mana Nissa, unfortunately. Well, Forest and Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Pass the turn. Come on, 3-mana Nissa. Opponent. Windswept Heath. And passes. I'll play Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Windswept Heath. Temple Garden. Well, that's Field of Ruin. Grab a Swamp. Yup. Opponent. Come on, no Devoted Druid. No Devoted Druids? Windswept Heath. Cracks it. Plains. Walking Ballista X1. Alright. And passes. That's not the worst. Temporal Mastery. Miracle it. Breeding Pool. Tapped. Go to extra turn. Play a Forest. Nissa. Untap a Forest. And I think we're going to pass. Play some D. Ultimating this Nissa draws us a lot of cards with these 2 fetch lands. Forest for our opponent. Knight of the Reliquary. Opponent. Passes. Well, Emblem Nissa. Verdant Catacombs. Draw a card. Yup. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a Forest. Draw a card. Play Nissa. Untap the Swamp. Pass the turn. I mean, we might have a chance here. We can cast Temporal Mastery next turn if our Swamp lives. And we have a removal spell up. If we get to start taking extra turns while drawing 2 extra cards a turn, that's going to be pretty good. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Yeah, let's block. Opponent's going to Ghost Quarter themselves. And then we will Assassin's Trophy. So opponent gets some lands. Yup. And Collecting Company. Alright, let's see what they hit. Not sure why they're main phasing this, but... or Declare block stepping it. Next turn should be good. With Voice. Okay. Tracker. Sure. Yup. Opponent passes. Oh lordy. We got options. I think we're ultimating again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Emblem Nissa. Misty Rainforest. Draw 2 cards. Crack Misty Rainforest. Grab an island. Draw 2 cards. Utopia Sprawl. On green. Extra turn. Untap. Nissa. So play Nissa. Untap some forests. Make some mana. Serum Visions. Ooh, there's Temporal Mastery. That's what we wanted. Bottom and top. Breeding Pool. Untapped. Draw a card. Draw a card. Temporal Mastery. Extra turn. Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Untap. Come on, extra turn spells. Opponent's going to kill Arbor Elf. That's Savor the Moment. That works. So play Misty. Draw 2. Yup. Crack Misty. Grab a Forest. Draw 2. Ooh, there's Big Nissa. So play Big Nissa. Untap the Forest. Tap it. Savor the Moment. Play Arbor Elf. Play Serum Visions. Bottom and bottom. Untap. Pass. Oh, we have green floating. Play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. No attacks. Nissa. So Misty Rainforest. Draw 2. Nissa combos. Nissa combos. One more extra turn spell. Come on, deck. Arbor Elf. Savor the moment. So crack Misty. Grab a island. Draw 2. Add some mana. Nissa. Let's go X4. Scry 2. Bottom. Untap 4 forests. Savor the moment. Arbor Elf. And opposed scopes it up! Nissa combo! That is what we were imagining this deck doing. That was it. Nissa Tribal. Turds. That was exactly it. Savor the moment, the 3 mana extra turn spell. That's the dream. That's what we're trying to do. That's the Nissa advantage, the untapping of the lands to work under Savor the Moment. Whoo! All right. That was exactly. We would have drawn another one too and kept going. That is exactly what we were envisioning in our heads when we put together this deck. That was the Nissa Tribal extra turn dream being lived. All right. Run it back. Opponent's on the play this game. Oh, that was good. That was super good. Our mana base coming back to haunt us. All right, we got to ship it. All right, we'll keep Nissa bottom. Oh, we really want to land. Windswept Heath. Opponent cracks it. Temple Garden. Untapped. And Bird's Paradise. Yup. Opponent passes. Big Nissa. Well, Misty Rainforest, crack it. Grab a forest. Utopia Sprawl. Oh, I think we got to go black because of potential combo kills. Opponent. Come on, land. Field of Ruin. There's Devoted Druid. Opponent. Passing. Land. Utopia Sprawl. Well, not ideal. Get rid of the Devoted Druid. That's what we got to do. So many Utopia Sprawls, so few actual lands. Pass the turn. Windswept Heath for our opponent. Noble Hierarch. Cracks Windswept Heath. Temple Garden. Ooh, untapped. Okay. Ugh. Whiff. Collected Company. We need a whiff. Or at least like a mediocre company. Oh boy. Oh dear God. Okay. That Night of Autumn's really bad. Well, there goes our mana. We do draw a land. Well, Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. Grab a forest. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see. Missing these land drops has got us off to a pretty slow start. Opponent. Knight of the Reliquary. That's bad. That means a incoming Ghost Quarter. Opponent passes. Oh, Arbor Elf. Oh, playing Nissa X1. Scry 2. Bottom, top. Arbor Elf. Well, let's see if they get a Ghost Quarter. If they get a Ghost Quarter with this Knight of the Reliquary, I don't think we can win. Opponent. Court of Calling. X3. Knight of the Reliquary. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Kills Nissa. Sure. Come on, no Ghost Quarters. No Ghost Quarters. It's a Ghost Quarter. Duskwatch Recruiter. That's too much action. Opponent Ghost Quarters. Yeah. Well, the dream was sweet for a second, but Ghost Quarter, pretty good. Yeah, that does it. Game 2 was great. Game 3, we didn't hit our lands, and then Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is not incredibly popular in Modern anymore, but boy is it good against our Utopia Sprawl plan. Well, at least we'll always have the Game 2 combo. It would have been nice to win the match, though. Ghost Quarter, too good. All right, against the odds time, we are playing some Nissa Extra Turn Tribal, and we're going to mulligan this. Just not enough action. Okay, this hand's pretty good. Turn 1, Mana Dork. Turn 2, Nissa 1. And we get to Scry. Forest. Yeah, we don't need more mana. Forest to the bottom. All right, opponent. What are you up to? Island. Serum Visions. Okay. So combo, control, bottom, bottom, and passes. More mana. Well, Verdant Catacombs, oh, so much mana. So much. Grab a forest and Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Certain visions for our opponent. We might have... we probably should have got a breeding pool, just in case we Temporal Mastery off the top. We couldn't actually... oh, please not Temporal Mastery. Bottom top, Island. Opponent, passing. Overgrown Tomb. Alright, so Verdant Catacombs, crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a breeding pool. Untapped. Utopia Sprawl. On... I guess we just go green. Tap. Untap. Tap. Nissa. Make a plant. Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. I mean, now we need a payoff. We need extra turns, basically. Or I guess more Nissas are fine. Opponent ops. Our opponent might be storming. And passes. Ooh, that's a Nissa. Oh, that's a good Nissa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, play Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Tap. Untap. Tap. Untap. Tap. Nissa. X5. Scry. Bottom, bottom. Birds of Paradise. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, well. Take down Nissa. Go attacking. I think we actually just have a turn 4 kill. As crazy as that sounds. Opponent. Land. And passes. Well, I mean, play a land. Untap. Untap. Take down Nissa. Combat. Attack? The Nissa Dream! Whoa! Turn 4, 2 Nissas, huge board! Well, that's about as fast as our deck can get. I have literally no idea what our opponent's doing. We saw islands and cantrips. Could be Mana Screw version of Storm. It could just be control. Alright, let's take the middling route and bring in Collective Brutalities, go down a couple of Assassin's Trophies, and go down one Nissa Worldwaker. And let's just try it like that. If they're playing Storm, then they're probably going to beat us. Huh. Alright. I mean, we'll keep this. We can savor the moment as like a rampant growth type effect. Island. Opponent passes. Well, Misty, go. Opponent. Well, we're going to get a look at what our opponent's doing at least. Get a Watery Grave. Tapped. Play a forest. And let's just duress mode Brutality. See what's going on. Oh. Oh! It's blue-green turds! Opponent! Well, I guess our turn deck is better. Opponent scoops it up. Yeah, they had a bunch of extra turn spells, but no mana. And, well, that was a quick one. Sorry. Alright. Against the odds time, we are playing some Nissa Tribal with some extra turn spells in Modern, and we got Observe Visions. I can say that for this hand. Otherwise, this hand's not super exciting, but Breeding Pool, untapped. And Observe Visions. Well, bottom and I guess top. Pass the turn. See what we're up against. Opponent, Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And Inquisition. Well, there goes Savor the Moment. Yup. Opponent passing. So, Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Down to 14. And, Dark Confidant. Well, we'll see. We did not really want to see a Bob. I'll play a forest, play Little Nissa, take it up, make a plant, pass the turn. Dark Confidant's not good for us. Opponent, Dark Confidant, land, and plays it, and gets in at Nissa? Alright, well, I guess we chump, and opponent passes. Something we can play? Ooh, that's a Nissa. Well, take up Nissa, make a plant. Play a Nissa. Get a forest. Breeding pool tapped. Pass the turn. Well, now at least our opponent has to kill Nissa before they can keep attacking with Dark Confidant. They are drawing lots of extra cards, though. Pass the turn. Opponent, Dark Confidant. What do they get? Abrupt Decay. Well, that kills a Planeswalker. So you can kill either Nissa, Raging Ravine, opponent, combat, and passes? Interesting. Kills Nissa. Yup. Well, play the forest. Play Nissa. Untap a land. Play Arbor Elf. And pass the turn. We really just want to ultimate this Nissa, and then we can try to fight the attrition game. Yup. So we pass. Opponent. Fatal pushes our forest. That's not the end of the world. Opponent. Untaps. Dark Confidant. Down to 11 for a lightning bolt. So much removal. Mountain. Bolts our Nissa. Oh, this Bob is drawing so many cards. Bloodbraid. Into Liliana. Okay. Opponent. Attacks Nissa and Nissa. Well, block and block. Opponent ticks up. We discard a forest. Opponent passes. We draw a land. Well, Emblem Nissa. Verdant Catacombs. Draw a card. Yup. Nissa. Well, crack Verdant Catacombs. Take a forest. Draw a card. Assassin's Trophy. Well, play a Nissa. Scry with Nissa. Bottom. Well, I guess we'll keep Field of Ruin. It is a redraw. Pass the turn. And we'll see what our opponent does. Opponent untaps. Combat. Attacks Nissa. Well, we will Assassin's Trophy. We would like to keep our Nissa alive. Tarmogoyf. That is a big old Goyf. And, oh my god, another Tarmogoyf. Takes up Liliana. Land, Kolaghan's Command. Opponent passes. Well, Scry with Nissa. Ugh, bottom and bottom. Play Field of Ruin. Draw a card. Well, pass the turn. Not feeling great about where we're at. Opponent untaps. Takes up Nissa. Or Liliana. Okay. We discard a land. Opponent discards Inquisition. More Bloodbraids. Into Scavenging Ooze. Yup. Well, now we have to somehow win the game this turn. Not sure how I feel about our odds are. Opponent. Nissa. Face. Well, let's Field of Ruin. Draw a card. Take an island. Yup. We draw. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's not bad. So we get 2 turns in a row. Off the Nissa Ultimate. We have nothing on board, though. Although, lands do redraw. Opponent passes. Utopia Sprawl is our worst draw. Play Utopia Sprawl on blue. Pass the turn. Extra turn number 1. Utopia Sprawl is actually way worse than a land here. Opponent pass. Or we go to our next turn. Pass the turn. Opponent going to eat stuff for whatever reason. We untap. Alright, and we will scoop it up. Oh, the extra turn gave us hope, but our deck didn't really cooperate there. Well, bring in Thragtusk. I guess bring in... I guess maybe Engineered Explosives? Oh, so close. Go down the birds. Go down 1 Serum Visions. And I guess 1 World Waker. Try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. Yeah, we got a mulligan. Alright, we'll keep this. We get to scry. Well, Temporal Mastery on top. Free extra turn's not bad. Breeding Pool. Untapped. Utopia Sprawl. On green. Actually, let's go blue. Pass the turn. Opponent. Foothills. And... passes. Alright, so Temporal Mastery. Yes. We will Miracle it. Play Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Take a... Let's take a Watery Grave. Untapped. Serum Visions. Bottom, top. Go to our extra turn. Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Get a Forest. Utopia Sprawl. On green. Nissa. I mean, this isn't bad. Not a bad start to the game for Nissas. We'll see if our opponent finds like a Thoughtseize. If not, we get down Vital Force next turn. Opponent. Cracks. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Untaps. Bloodstained Mire. And passing? Alright. Passing sounds good to me. I'll play Big Nissa. Untap a land. Take up Nissa. Go to combat. Attack. And opponent scopes it up! Cannot beat the Nissa Onslaught! That's the power of our deck! Look at all we did! Our opponent went land, and we have 2 Nissas, a 5/5 land, a couple of tokens of Utopia Sprawls. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. That's the Nissa power. With the extra turns and when things go well. Alright, one more shot. Let's take down Judd. We can do it. Man, we probably want these oozes, really. Can we find room for ooze? How crazy is it to take out Serum Visions? It's probably pretty crazy. Ooze does keep the graveyard in check, though, for Tarmogoyfs. Alright, let's try it. 1 Serum Vision. Opponent. What do you got? Well, we're gonna keep. This hand is not like Thoughtseize and Inquisition on 1, but opponent, Thoughtseize on 1. Yeah, we really want this Utopia Sprawl. Takes Nissa. Alright, well, we get Utopia Sprawl. Opponent passes. Ugh, that's not good timing for that draw. 1 more turn and it would be great timing. Get a Forest. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Yeah, that's a bit sad. That's a tiny bit sad with the Temporal Mastery. Pass the turn. Opponent. Blood Crypt. Tapped. And passes. Now play an island. Nissa. Take a Forest. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Catacombs. They must have a bunch of Bloodbraid Elves. Passes. Now let's just... Play the Forest. Get in with Nissa. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Pass the turn. I mean, I guess we're getting kind of close to Temporal Masteries. 1 more land. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Cracks it. So here comes Bloodbraid 1. Yup. Into Fulminator. Alright. Opponent. Gets it. Yeah, we'll take it. Down to 16. Opponent passes. Well, get in with Nissa. Opponent takes it. Play Arbor Elf. Breeding Pool. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Bloodbraid 2. Come on, not removal. Maelstrom Pulse. Oh. Wow. That is about the worst random spin that we could get. Well, Assassin's Trophy Bloodbraid. Oh boy. Even just a single removal spell would have been okay, but that puts us back 4 mana next turn. That's about as bad as it gets. And they still have this Fulminator. Opponent. Attacks. Yep. Down to 11. Tap land. Opponent passes. Nissa. I'll savor the moment. Not super helpful here. Next turn. Untap. Seriously, deck. Oh, wow. This would have went so well if they didn't have the Maelstrom Pulse. Oh, this is brutal. Well, pass the turn. Opponent. Man, that Bloodbraid spin. So insane. Opponent. Is this Bloodbraid 3? Kalidas. Okay. Combat. Gets it. Yeah, I don't know how we can win from here, honestly. Oh, that was so brutal. Opponent. Dark Confidant. We draw. Well, there's Nissa, but it's too late. Yeah, play Nissa. Oh, this might be the worst loss. Opponent. Well, scry with Nissa. We have to double sack, double chump. Opponent gets zombies. They gain life. Well, bottom, top. I'm pretty sure this is game, though. Pass the turn. So, we need our opponent to flip something huge off Bob to have any hope, but also have it not impact the board. Dark Confidant. Oddly, if our opponent didn't have Kalidas, Liliana, wow. Well, I guess that kills us. Liliana sack a creature. Wow, we were close. Yep. All right. Whoo, boy, Nissa. That spin, the spin to win off full Bloodbraid. That was not good. That was incredibly brutal to lose both. I think if our opponent just hits any non-Maelstrom Bolt spell, that we probably win, because from where we were when we died, we could have savored the moment, take up Nissa, savor the moment, and then be able to attack for 10 in the air. And that was with half of our mana. Actually, 4 mana getting destroyed by Maelstrom Bolts with Arbor Elf out. Yikes! Well, the deck is good. It didn't work out that time, but it is super sweet. Next time. All right. Against the odds time, we are playing... Nissa turns, Nissa Tribal. Oh, the sand. It's so close to being perfect. I think we got a mulligan. Only one land. We have Arbor Elf, but if we don't draw a land, it does nothing. Yikes. Well, hopefully Assassin Trophy's good. Island to the top. Forest go. This is one of the weirdest hands our deck could possibly have. Three Assassin's Trophies. Oh, Tron. Okay. Chromatic Star. Well, this hand's actually kind of what we want against Tron. Play an island. Surum Visions. We do need a Nissa. Well, Nissa Worldwaker, not the most exciting Nissa, but it is a Nissa. Pass the turn. Opponent. Cracks the star. And mine. And Sylvan's Crying. Well, opponent's all about setting up this Tron. Gets a power plant. And passes. I'll play Field of Ruin. And, yeah, let's just Field of Ruin. Get rid of tower. Grab a forest. Pass the turn. Question is how many basics they have. Opponent. Untaps. Sylvan's Crying. 4 tower. Plays power plant. Relic of Progenitus. Exiles, Turn Visions, sure. Opponent passes. I'll play Arbor Elf. Watery Grave, untapped. Pass the turn. Gonna have to start Assassin's Trophying. So blow up power plant. Opponent does have a land. Tower. Chromatic Sphere. Cracks it. Chromatic Sphere. Cracks it. And passes. Exiles, Assassin's Trophy. Yup. Alright, what do we draw? Misty. That's not bad. So we can Misty, crack it, get an Overgrown Tomb, untapped, play Nissa, untap, get in with Arbor Elf, hit our opponent, and pass the turn. Opponent cracks Relic, sure. Well, stop on the upkeep. Assassin's Trophy. Oh, well, we had Assassin's Trophy Tron in hand to start this game. More forest. Ugh. Opponent's not interested in running out of lands, unfortunately. Tower. Passing. We draw. Ooh, savor the moment. Alright, so we take up extra turn. Animate a forest. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Savor the moment. Take an extra turn. Untap. Untap our forests. Oh, do we go attacking? We still don't win in 2 turns. Alright, let's just Nissa. Get a forest. Play a forest. Pass the turn. Assassin's Trophy or Tower. No forest. No forest. Yes, finally! Finally we got a Stone Rain. Power Plat. Phone it. Passing. We untap. Well, let's Serum Visions. Bottom, bottom. Turn on a land. Go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. Bone it. Whew, dismembers, a forest. That actually keeps us from ultimating Nissa, too. Well, playing Misty. Pass the turn. Bone it. What do you got? Land. And scoops it up. Whoo! Assassin Trophy Tribal. Good enough against Tron. Wow, that hand was so janky when we kept it. It was so janky, but it happened to be the right matchup. So, all right, against Tron, now we get to bring in 2 Surgicals and a bunch of Damping Spheres. Although maybe we're going overboard with Damping Spheres. We have Assassin's Trophies. Maybe we only go 3. And what do we cut? Probably 1 World Waker. The Birds of Paradise. 2 Temporal Masteries and a Serum Visions. Yeah, let's try it like that. Man, Assassin's Trophy was absurd that game. Bone it. Oh boy. 6 lands Nissa. Oh dear. Alright, well that's awkward. That's even more awkward. No, that's fine. Alright, keep it on top. Well, this could work. Turn 1 Serum Visions for a land. These Temporal Masteries are obnoxious, but opponent passing. So we draw Damping Sphere, Verdant Catacombs, crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a Breeding Pool. Untapped. Serum Visions. Need a land. Oh boy. Bottom, bottom. Oh boy! Okay. Well, hopefully our 3rd card down's a land, or 4th card down. We need this land. Opponent untaps. Power Plant. Wow. Land is win or lose the game here, actually. Oh, boy. Arbor Elf go. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, opponent's going to get a turn with Tron. Now we're at the hope they don't have a finisher part of the game. Not where I like to be against Tron. Opponent. Tron. About to be assembled. Is assembled. Karn. And we'll scoop it up. All right. Well. Let's run it back and actually hit our land drops. Oh, Serum Visions. Serum Visions, why do you betray us? Why? We had the Damping Sphere in hand. Oh, boy. Well, that game would have went a lot differently if we had drawn 1 more land. I really hope we don't lose to Tron, because it feels like we have roughly 1,000,000 cards that are good against it. All right, we're on the play. Well, I guess we keep. The Temporal Masteries are a bit awkward, but Forest and Utopia Sprawl on blue. We get a turn 2 Nissa to start, basically to start trying to find Tron hate. Opponent. I think we only have two Temporal Masteries in our deck at this point. Opponent passes. Big Nissa. Well, Misty. Crack it. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Nissa. X1. Scry for anything to interact with Tron. Ooh, alright. Put on top, put on top. Well, that's the combo. We're going to be able to shut down Tron. Opponent passes. That's good. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Mine. Opponent, gonna pass. So we draw Assassin's Trophy. Scry with Nissa. We really want to land. Nissa bottom. Surgical top. Play a forest. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks. Gets a tower. Well, let's Assassin's Trophy the mine. We gotta hope they don't just have a mine in hand, or then life is bad. Very, very bad. Gets a forest. Tower. Okay. Chromatic Star. Opponent's passing. Well, we draw Surgical. Scry with Nissa. We don't really want Damping Sphere anymore. Damping Sphere bottom. Catacombs top. Pass the turn. Stop on our opponent's draw step. We will Surgical Mine. Okay, opponent's hand. Well, opponent's hand, if they can get to 7 mana, they can start casting Haymakers. And they have 1 land in hand, some cantrips, and an expedition map. Alright. Well, mines are down. Hopefully we can just kill our opponent before this becomes an issue. Opponent. Star. Cracks. Draws. Scrying. Sanctum of Ugin. Yup. And Expedition Map. Sure. And Chromatic Sphere. Sure. Well, now we just got to kill our opponent. That's the name of the game. Opponent passes. So we get a Verdant Catacombs. Play Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Breeding Pool. Untapped. Nissa. We're going to hit our opponent for 15 with Nissas here on turn 5. Untap a land. Untap 2 lands. 15 our opponent. This is turn 5. After destroying Tron with Assassin's Trophy Surgical, I think Nissa's taking down Tron. It looks like odds are in favor of Tron going down to the Nissas. What do you got, opponent? Cracks. I mean, in theory, they're just dead to Nissa land. They need something. Is it game? Opponent scoops it up. Take it down, Tron. Nissas. Take it down, Tron. That was pretty good. That was an impressive, pretty fast kill for Nissas. Whoo, sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, against the odds time, we are playing some Nissa Tribal in Modern, and this hand looks reasonable. Blue-white control, eh? Oh, Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Take a Breeding Pool. Untapped. And Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Opponent. Island. And search for Iskanta. Alright. Well, Iskanta versus Nissa. Let's see who wins. Watery Grave. Untapped. Tap, untap. Play Nissa Steward of Elements. X1. Scry with Nissa. Well, put on top. Put on top. Pass the turn. Iskanta. Opponent leaves it on top. Field of Ruin. Opponent passing. Alright, so Zero-ness. Yeah, Zero-Nissa. Land on the battlefield. Crack Misty. Grab a forest. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Play Misty. Crack it. Grab a forest. Nissa. Make a plant. And pass the turn. Yeah, no attacks. Opponent opts. Search for Iskanta. Leaves it on top. Ghost Quarter. Well, I guess that's a way to deal with our Utopia Sprawl land. Well, untap it. Tap it. This does put our opponent down a land, which is nice. Grab a swamp. Opponent passing. Ooh, we draw a Field of Ruin. Well, scry with Nissa. Well, let's go put on top. Yeah, put on top, put on top. Make a plant. Play Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. Our 3-mana Nissas are looking pretty good here. Opponent, Iskanta. Yup, leaves it on top. Land. Opponent passes. Zero-Nissa. Put a Nissa into play. Nissa for Nissa for Nissa. Get a land. Take up Nissa. Play the land. Pass the turn. Oh, we're getting close. We are so close. Opponent, Iskanta. Mill Snapcaster. Colonnade. And passes. Well, play Catacombs. Flip Nissa. So many options. Oh, 3 Nissas. Nissatron. We got Nissatron. Well, all right. Scry with Nissa. Put on top. Put on top. Take up Nissa. Get a land. Take up Nissa. Make a plant. Well, oh, they have counter magic. All right, let's just pass. One more time. We have 2 Nissas ready to ultimate. We're going to make our opponent deal with our stuff. 3 Nissas on the battlefield, 1 on top of our deck. Extra turn spell in hand. Opponent, what do you got? Cryptic. Tap draw? Okay, sure. You tapped us. I mean, what do you do about all these Nissas that are going to ultimate, though? That's a real problem for our opponent. Opponent leaves it on top. Land. Colonnade. Well, I mean, Field of Ruin? Opponent floats a mana. Sure. Grab a forest. I mean, we have so many Nissas that are about to ultimate. Serum Vision, sure. Oh, they're tapped out. This is it. This is it. This is Nissas doing their thing to the max. Oh my goodness. Extra turn spells, Nissa ultimates. This is the dream. This is the dream. Opponent, what do you got? Oh, they're done. They're done. We don't even got to kill them. Nissatron. Pretty much as good as real Tron. Yes. Well, that was beautiful. That was so good. Playing some cheap Planeswalkers seems reasonable against the control deck. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Oh, that was really good. Really, really good. Well, we know the recipe. It is playing a 3-mana Planeswalker on turn 2 and hoping that it's enough. It really pressures the opponent's counters. Sideboard-wise, I guess, like, Brutality is fine as a duress. Otherwise, not much is exciting. Let's go up 2 Brutalities. Go down 1 Birds of Paradise. And I guess 1 World Waker. Let's try it like that. Alright. Come on, Nissas. Ugh, no lands. Double Temporal Mastery. Okay, mulligan. Ugh. If we scry into a land, it's really good. We're keeping. Oh my god, Utopia's Brawl. Alright. This is probably the hand where I get yelled at. Unless we just top deck a land, then I'm a genius. And I expect praise. Yes, it's a land. Alright. So, Arbor Elf. You. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Oh, thank you, Magic Gods. Thank you, Magic Gods. Oh boy. That was so close. Bone it. Flooded Strand. And passing. Land? New. I'll play Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Untap. Arbor Elf. Alright, 1 lander. Up to you, 1 lander. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks. Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Glacial Fortress. And passes. Well, tap. Untap. Tap. Play Nissa Vastwood Seer. Resolves. Alright. So we get a forest. Play the forest. Untap. Tap. Voice of Zendikar. Also a Nissa. Opponent. Alright. Logic not. Yup. Pass the turn. Well, let's see if they got a Planeswalker or Wrath. Opponent untaps. Land. And passes. Well, let's Serm Visions. Now, put on top. Put on top. Untap. Tap. Untap. Tap. Nissa Vital Force. Opponent. Cryptic. Oh boy. Well, that got us. And we have a Temporal Mastery that we can't cast on top of our deck. So we probably lose now. Go to combat. Attack. Yeah, that was about as bad as it gets. Opponent. Down to 13. Ugh. Yikes. That was bad news. Pass the turn. Apparently every deck has ways to blow up Utopia Sprawl these days, which is kind of crazy. Opponent. Thinking things over. Untaps. Serm Visions. Gonna go digging. Both to the top. Colonnade. Ugh. I don't like where this is heading. Opponent passes. Play Verdant Catacombs. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent Cryptics. Counters draws. Oh, so many answers. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent. Terminus. Well, life keeps getting worse by the second. Yup, there goes our board. Opponent. Passing with a handful of counters. Play an island. Pass the turn. Opponent ups. To the bottom. Opponent. Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. And passes. Ugh. They gotta have a handful of removal. Well, that's Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Pass the turn. Opponent. Colonnade. And passes. Well, Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. Passing. Well, play the island. Play Nissa. Ugh. Cryptic 3. So many cryptics. Oh, yikes. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent. Land. Jace. Takes up Jace. Okay. Card to the top. Well, crack Catacombs. Take a Watery Grave. Untapped. Go to the end of our opponent's turn. Assassin's Trophy. Opponent lets it go. Gets a land. Opponent. Vendilion Click. Well, gonna see a handful of extra turn spells. Well, we'll see. I don't even know if they take anything, honestly. Leaves them. Well, Temporal Mastery. Resolves. Come on, something! Utopia Sprawl. That's not exactly something. Well, Utopia Sprawl. On blue, Temporal Mastery. Our extra turn spells do a lot less if we don't have a Nissa. Extra turn. Come on, something good. We need something good. Alright, cheap Temporal Mastery. Well, let's also savor the moment. So we have 2 more turns coming. First one we don't untap. And we draw a Swamp. I'll play the Swamp past the turn. Next one we do untap. Nissa. X7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, scry 2. Bottom. Ay. Pass the turn. Oh, that Nissa would have been so good earlier before we had a million extra turns. Found it. Detention Sphere. Alright, good enough. On to game 3. Okay, so we really just want to maximize our potential of going turn 1 Mana Dork, turn 2 Planeswalker. That is our easiest way to beat our opponent's deck. We need to be fast and get in under the counters. So go back up the birds. We'll go down 1 Serum Visions and try it like that, see what happens. We're on the play. Well, I mean, I guess we'll keep this little Rampant. Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a Forest and Utopia Sprawl. On blue, pass the turn. Opponent, tap land. And come on, Planeswalker, passes. Alright, that's what we were looking for. That's exactly it. Nissa Steward of Elements. X1, scry. Put on top, pass the turn. Opponent, island. We're a little late on green mana. Opponent, passing. Well, 0 Nissa, put the land into play. Untapped. Play a Swamp. Savor the moment. Extra turn. Untap. Scry with Nissa. Put on top. Pass the turn. This is pretty much where we want to be. Opponent untaps. Glacial Fortress. And Detention Sphere. Okay. Gets rid of our Nissa. Opponent passing. Breeding Pool. Untapped. So play Nissa. Untap a land. Savor the moment. Extra turn. Go to extra turn. Untap. Field of Ruin. Do we try to keep Nissa alive is the question. Let's Emblem. I think we got to Emblem while we can. Start drawing cards and just try to outpace our control opponent. It's tempting, but something like Cryptic could ruin our day. And Field of Ruin is 2 draws eventually. Play Field of Ruin. Draw a card. Yup. Pass the turn. Alright. Well, I mean, we've pulled ahead in resources. We got the Emblem. Let's see if we can find a way to actually win this game. Man, the deck can have some really explosive starts. This is technically turn 3 for our opponent. Turn 4 now. Opponent. Field of Ruin. Yeah, that's fine. Serum Visions. 2 cards to the top. Passes. I'll play an island. Draw a card. Play Nissa. Resolves. Untap. Play Arbor Elf. And pass the turn. Opponent has Vendilion Click. Alright. Well, let's kill Celestial Colonnade. Get a Forest. Draw a card. Vendilion Click. Comes down. Assassin's Trophy. Get rid of Vendilion Click. Opponent leaves Utopia Sprawl. Alright, let's see what happens. Opponent. Ops. To the top. That's a bad sign. Opponent. Untaps. Terminus. Well, Terminus isn't that devastating. Just gets an Arbor Elf. Sure. Flooded Strand. Cracks it. Hallowed Fountain. Untapped. Teferi is not good for us. There's Teferi. Gets rid of our Nissa. Well, come on, Planeswalkers. Opponent. Passing. I'll play a Forest. Draw a card. Temporal Mastery. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Pass the turn. Play Nissa. Savor the moment. Untap. Go to our extra turn. Misty. Well, play Misty. Draw a card. Misty's not bad, because we have the Nissa emblem. What do we hit? Nissa. Crack Misty. Get a Forest. Draw a card. Extra turn. Extra turn. Extra turn. Ooh, Big Nissa. Well, play Big Nissa. Untap our Forest. Play Nissa. Voice of Zendikar. Nissatron, reassembled. Make a plant. Animate Watery Grave. Kill Teferi. And that was good. That was a good turn. We went from nothing to 1,000,000 Nissas on the battlefield and a dead Teferi. All right, what do you got, opponent? What do you got? We got many Nissas. Colonnade. And passing? I like the sounds of that. Another Nissa. Well, Nissa. Get back Field of Ruin. Play Field of Ruin. Draw a card. I think we're doing it. Temporal Mastery. Okay. Tap, 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 tap. Untap. Yup. Temporal Mastery. Resolves. Oh, goodness. Okay. Field of Ruin. Get rid of Colonnade. Last Forest. Draw a card. Yup. Oh, make a plant. Go to combat. Get in. Opponent. Field of Ruin. All right, no lands left. Well, go to our extra turn. Snapcaster. 4 opt. Yup, opponent. Ops. All right, so we go to our extra turn. Nissa. Get back Misty Rainforest. Misty. Draw a card. Crack Misty. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Draw a card. Ooh, big Nissa. Let's Serum Visions. Bottom, top. Nissa Steward of Elements. X7. Opponent has a mana leak. Well, turn on the land. Take up Nissa. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Down to 13. Pass the turn. Opponent. Another Teferi. All right. I don't think that's the end of the world. 1 card in hand. Tux Worldwaker. Okay. Opponent. Passing. Play Nissa. No land defined. Breeding Pool. Flip Nissa. Draw a card. Big Nissa. Turn on a land. Tick down Nissa. Go to combat. Opponent. Teferi, Teferi, Teferi. Opponent blocks. Down to 8. Well, 0 Nissa. Or plus Nissa. Nissa. Arbor Elf. And pass the turn. All right, opponent, you need something good. You need something really good. I think this is the Nissa dream. I think the Nissa dream has been lived. Opponent. Supreme Verdict. Okay. That's not enough by itself, though. Opponent passes. Misty, draw a card. Yup. Crack Misty. Breeding Pool. Untap, draw a card. Steward of Elements. X7. Turn on a couple lands. Take up Nissa. Turn on a land. Combat. Attack. Nissa? Nissas? Do we get it? Opponent. They need something. Or Nissa's got there. Oh my goodness. Not only Nissatron, this is Nissatron Plus. 4 Nissas on the battlefield. And that is the Nissa dream. That was as good as it gets for Nissa. Oh my goodness. Yes! Taking down Teferis. Well, I guess we know what the better Planeswalker is for Modern. Clearly Nissa. Take that, Teferi. Sweet. So what do we learn this week about Nissa turns in Modern? And the deck was surprisingly effective. So overall, we finished 4-2 in matches, which is like 67%. As far as games, we won 10 out of 16, which is like 62%. Although I will say, we did get a freebie. We actually played Tron twice. The first time, we lost in 3 games because we flooded out. I feel like Tron is a really good matchup, but we flooded out. Good news is, or bad news, depending on how you're looking at it, I accidentally had my mic muted the entire time, so I couldn't actually use the gameplay because there was no commentary. So we randomly played the same exact Tron player again and beat them. So technically that drives down the overall record a little bit, although really the deck was way better than I would have thought. So the turn spells were awesome. We had some such sweet combo turns where we were able to like get down Nissas, take turns, untap lands, take turns, untap lands. More importantly, out of all the Planeswalker decks we played, I think Nissas were the best at getting multiple Planeswalkers on the battlefield. We had several games with 3 Nissas, and even a couple games where we had 4 Nissas. I don't think we ever had all 5. Maybe we did and I forgot about it, but we were stacking up Nissas on the battlefield. The ability to get down Nissas starting on turn 2 with our ramp, really, really key, and then it's pretty easy to be playing 5-mana Nissas by turn 3, maybe even turn 2 if we're lucky, and then once we have a Planeswalker down, the extra turn spells are super great, and I was really happy with how Savor the Moment worked out. It's definitely high variance experience. We had some games where we didn't get down a Nissa, we drew a couple savor the moments, we couldn't really cast them because they just didn't do much of anything. They're only really good if we have a Nissa out. So that was a problem sometimes, but also it allowed us to win games that we probably had no business winning, where we're just able to, out of the blue, go from pretty much nothing to like Nissa, take an extra turn, into another Nissa, take another extra turn, and spiral it out of control and win the game. As far as the Nissas, Nissa Steward of Elements, it's super sweet. The win in our very first match against Burn, where it looked like we were super dead, and then we're just like, oh, Nissa, 8 mana, we will hit you for 10 in the air, Xaxes. That is the power of Nissa Steward of Elements, also working good with extra turn spells. And then Nissa Vital Force is sneakily powerful if you can get it down early enough with a little bit of defense, maybe from like Nissa Voice of Zendikar and Ultimate It. That was super key to us being able to win a lot of games, just drawing an extra card each turn, drawing 2 extra cards if we have a fetch land. That allowed us to keep up with the control decks, the grindy decks. So overall, Nissa turns, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It has a nice solid theme with the extra turn spells. We get a ton of Nissas. The Nissas in general are really powerful. The ramp is good, and Assassin's Trophy, a nice catch-all for things like that. I really like Assassin's Trophy as the one removal spell in your deck. If you can only afford a tiny bit of interaction, even though Assassin's Trophy, it's not the best card. We saw sometimes where it's like, do we really want to give our opponent a land here? I don't know, it's pretty painful. So there is a drawback, but in a deck like this, where you have exactly 4 slots for removal, and you want the card that is most flexible and hits on the highest number of things, Assassin's Trophy is absolutely perfect for that. Plus, we get a good sideboard for combo and aggro, where hopefully that's enough to buy us time in those matchups, while against Control and other grindy decks, we're just hoping to play enough Planeswalkers that they can't keep up. So overall, Nissa turns, it was a blast. It was super fun. Another really sweet Planeswalker tribal deck. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.